Alrighty, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Every Step Counts, number 3, I think. Um, all right, couple of small things. This one should be a quick and relative information update, and then obviously open up to questions. There's been some good questions in the chat, which I will cover in the space as well. The boys are almost done with the staking platform for enabling earnings on the Stepleap platform. It will only be available through web-based or mobile web-based through Chrome, Safari, whatever kind of phone browser. It's not directly tied into the app. Obviously, we will have the buttons within the app. We keep it separate just because of compliance with Apple and Google. It makes it very easy to work with. So when that does go live, we will provide the update to the website. Let me just bring it up here. The dashboard button, when you click on Stepleap, we're going to do some changes to the websites to make them, getting rid of this nav bar to make them a bit more independent and make it easier to follow. So, so when you click on the dashboard, you will have the options that opens up the staking dashboard that will have a copy of the leaderboard from Stepleap directly there, so you'll be able to track everything. And as we talked about last week, there will be multiple pools. There will be the 0.1 Solana pool, the 1 Solana pool, the 10 Solana pool, and the 100 Solana pool. It does require an NFT to stake, and as well as staking Solana to be able to be eligible for earnings. The 0.1 Solana pool is a 12-month stake. The 1 Solana pool is a 9-month stake. The 10 Solana pool is a 6-month stake. And the 100 Solana pool is a 3-month stake. We've designed this in a way that minimizes and removes user risk so that when it is staked, you're competing essentially for the yield. So earnings are low, stable, consistent, and growing, and everyone is essentially in an ROI plus from day one, which is kind of the cool part. So, very, very exciting things to look forward to here. Now, the 100 Solana one is basically for the 100 Solana pool. If there's 2 users, you're competing for 12 Solana a year, essentially, between the two, and then it becomes a battle of consistency. So, if there's 10 users in there, then you're looking at 60 Solana that is in competition for, et cetera, et cetera. So we want to make sure that we've got, exactly. So that's kind of how we've designed it to minimize the risk. So before I jump into the questions from the chat, which I think are all pretty good ones, does anyone have any questions they would like answered for right now before I move on to those ones? And of course, as I'm going through those, feel free to ask questions as well. When looking in the next couple of days / the first 10 days of February before that goes live, to where everyone will be able to do that, and we will do our initial rounds of testing. All right, so let me just bring up the chat here so I can see where we are at. All right, these ones came from Oleg. So one, if I stake 10 Solana, I'm going to compete with all those who have also staked 10 Solana. I will get a percentage of the pool every week, calculated by the level of my Stepleap and my number of checkpoints. If I have 10 checkpoints and my Stepleap is good level, I will most likely win more than others who, for example, just start the game. Aren't I afraid that it will discourage those who will be new to the game? Good question. To answer that specifically, the way the game is designed, especially when the competition pools start and people are leveling their Stepleaps, obviously the alpha strategy is to stockpile your gold, and the more others progress, the cheaper leveling becomes. So as earlier users really start competing and leveling their Stepleaps aggressively, up to the 5 levels per day, or running alternating strategies of saving for a few days and leveling, it's very, very forgiving for new users to play catch up a bit and to get to the point where they're able to also compete. So, yeah, definitely, we have that covered. It's not like other games where there's a progression and there's no catch up mechanics. We want to make sure that everyone gets to the point where they can catch up, and the benefit from that is very easy. The more users there are in the staking pools, the more diversity there is with various consistencies, which rewards those who are the most consistent the most. That's what we're looking forward to, so, and aiming towards. Number 2 from Oleg, with 10 checkpoints and a good level of step lead. It's also sure that I will gain more than if I stake 10 Solana myself. So again, the design that we've done is users will stake their Solana and compete for the yield. So we want to make sure that there's no risk of loss or anything like that for users that are participating in the game. What happens at the end of the staking period? So again, 0.1 Solana is 12 months. The bronze pool is 12 months. The silver pool is 9 months. The gold pool is 6 months, and the platinum pool is 3 months. Basically, at the end of the staking period, you've got the option to unstake and withdraw if you choose, or restake and continue on with your progression. Number 4, what will be the cost of the Stepleet NFTs and how many will there be on the market? That is TBD. Can you hear me okay? Yep, okay. Did I cut out at all for anyone else or just Aussie Matt? Yeah, Aussie Matt, I think it's just for you. So you get to watch the recording. So the NFT details I will announce when it's ready. We will probably look at launching that next week before the platform's ready, just to give people time. The idea with the NFTs is we want to basically provide these at a very cheap cost. They're required for the game, fantastic, but we also want to make sure that, they don't get out of hand pricing wise. So the supply is going to be higher, and the launch pad that we're going to go through, we're basically just going to leave it to an open mint. Obviously, there will be secondary market updates or trading and all that sort of stuff. That's fine. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that the prices are capped. We don't want anyone paying, $500 for an NFT that we want to make sure that, is $10 or $20. We're making sure that it's fair for everybody. We're making sure that no one manipulates the markets and things like that. So we'll always make sure that everyone is taken care of there. All right, so that's Oleg's questions answered. Does anyone else have any questions to run over? Any questions on the game, the functionalities, the strategies? Here we go. Depending, as we promised initially, it will be one NFT whitelist for one Genesis ship from the Rising Tides aspect. It will require one NFT per pool. So if you plan on playing in the bronze, silver, and gold, you will require 3 NFTs for those. So keep that in mind. It requires multiple NFTs, 1 per pool, to be able to utilize. And you can participate in one of them, or you can participate in all of them with the same accounts. It doesn't matter. There's so when we updated the app, we missed this one. When you hover over it, there's a little tiny black button that pops up on the map that says dig. That's from the Trails of Gold days. So we're going to be we're actually redesigning that to make it more evident to pop up on the screen. And yes, your account can there's 4 pools. So at max, if you're participating in that 100 Solana pool too, you'll need 4 NFTs. But you can only stake one NFT per pool. So one for the bronze pool, one for the silver pool, one for the gold pool, and one for the platinum pool. All right. Any other questions for Stepleet? Now, I can say this, that I'm pretty excited for, again, for those who know me. Sometimes we plan things that are simple, but it's not okay with me. I want it to be even better. So originally it was planned that the Stepleet NFTs were going to be generic designs. So we are working on a new collection for those with different artworks and stuff like that. Now, we may launch the NFTs at first with the generic and then just update the images when the artwork is ready. Nope, no sneak peeks. That was reason being. I'm happy to sneak peek it if it was ready. We actually just decided on this one today, so there's no test ones yet, and we haven't yet decided on the artwork style. Nope, no pirate artworks for Stepleet. Different brand, different product. We will probably also be making an announcement, hopefully next week, about the other Move to Earn project that I have acquired, and we're just finalizing all the contract stuff and kind of doing all the transfer aspects. So for those who like a little bit more risk, obviously Stepleet is our masses design where everyone has that really strong safety barrier, and then we have the direct PvP competition and wagering based on performance with this other one. So I'll provide more details for that when it is ready. And I finalized the takeover details and contract. In the announcements today, I also mentioned, obviously, as it's a growing community, we will be introducing a cool new functionality that does require a Stepleet NFT as well, that you can stake through our other platform, and that will reward Discord activity directly with Solana as well. So the more active you are in the community, the more onboarding you do through invites and stuff like that, the more you scale the leaderboards, and you'll get a percentage of the Solana rewards that we do every month. And that will all be automated, which is kind of cool. I won't give away too much, Aussie Matt, but that's exactly the concept of this other project, and it's already 100% built. So you're able to create groups of various people and challenge them to steps, and there's obviously security measures and everything there. So yeah. All right, so this one is a quick and easy one for tonight. If anyone has any last-minute questions before we wrap this one up, and then I'll take a 15-minute break before the Apes After Dark. And then, we can be back next week for Every Step Counts number 4. When doxing, when these platforms all go live, I will be full doxing everything with the company, all attached, and then I will probably even update the Riddick name on Twitter to the dox name. I think it just adds a bit more credibility. I'll probably be doing a few more X spaces on video format, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I'll add the subscription aspect there. Hey, if you want to see who Riddick is, pay the $1,999 a month. Straight to the staking pool, your fees go. But, on that note, thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll be back next week.